Hi, so I just wanted to come up here and just talk about, some thoughts that you may have when you are getting out the military. So this is just going to be free flowing thoughts of what I've been dealing with, right? So I've been in the military for by the time I retire, which will be in less than 2 months, 21 and a half years, right? And my job in the military, in the Air Force specifically, was a weather forecaster. And I've had many, many, many ups and many, many downs, right? And I think I had a really good career. But when you decide to retire, or let's say even if you decide to get out, like I'm going to compare the getting out, so just being a separatee compared to a retiree. Now, I've met a few people that did get out like at 10 years, 12 years, 14 years. And I asked, like, how could you get out the Air Force at that time when a lot of other people would say, I'm over the hump. I might as well make it to 20. I might as well push it out to 20. And I didn't understand it until I got there myself. So their answers were like, when you know, you know. I'm just done with the military. I just want to move on. And at that point in my life when I wasn't at 10 years, I wasn't at 12, I wasn't at 14, like when I came across these people, I might have had 9 years in, 8, 7 years in, and I was doing pretty good. I was very happy with my career, very happy with my life in the Air Force, right? And then I get to that point of, for me, when I first had thoughts of I don't want to do this anymore, I was probably at almost about to hit year 19, right? And that the first thought was, I don't want to wake up early in the morning no more. I don't want to do this anymore. Waking up, not my job, but I didn't want to wake up early in the morning anymore. It's just stressful in itself. I don't mind putting on a uniform. I think I look very good. I'll put some pictures up there of me in a uniform, but I think I looked very good in my uniform. I wore it very well. I represented my family and my last name very well, right? Definitely an American Airman. Yeah. I was doing my thug dizzle in my uniform for sure. So that wasn't a part. I didn't hate putting on a uniform. It's just that when you work in certain environments and you work around very toxic people, now this can be in any career field, any space, any organization that's outside of the military, you can decide that you don't want to do something anymore. Or when you feel like you are not being yourself anymore, you don't want to do it anymore. That can happen at 4 years in, that can happen at 19 and a half years in. But with me talking to some people that retired at 20, maybe 21, 22 years, they seem to all have a feeling of, I don't want to do this anymore, about 2 years out before they actually push the button to retire. And there's a point where you feel like, do I really want to do this anymore? Is it worth my mental health? Is it worth me being stressed out? These younger people coming in who think they know more than you will fight and combat you every day on rules and regulations, and then they forget that they're in the military. They think that they are entitled to a paycheck, entitled to their opinion, entitled to X, Y, and Z, and they just forget they're a military person. They need to remember that they are in a military. There's rules to follow. This is not really a democracy. And if you feel that way, go to Burger King. I'm one of those people. Like, oh, you got a problem? BK is looking for some help then, okay? So anyway, so when you feel like every day is an uphill battle, you have to make a decision for yourself. Do I want to stay in this forever? Do I want to keep on trucking? Or do I want to make it to retirement, which is 20 years, right? No matter what service you're in the military, Army, Navy, Marines, whatever, 20 years, and get out. Now, when I was at 20 years, so I got over the feeling of I don't want to wake up early in the morning anymore. I was kind of like, it was during the holidays and I was ready to see my family and I was just stressed out. So I got over that feeling really quick, right? Because I went to see my family and enjoyed them. And then I got to, like, a year went by, I got to year 20. I'm still on the road. I'm still like, I still got this. I still got gas in the tank, right? And then I start hitting roadblocks with people at work, right? People not listening to me. People saying, I'm too military. I'm too Air Forcey. It's hard to talk to her because she is going to give you the blue answer. Well, son, I've been in the military for XYZ amount of years. I know what I'm doing. I've been in this career field forever. I know what I'm doing. I know what you should do and what you shouldn't do, right? I may not have your path or your destiny, but I know what I'm supposed to do. And if you ask me for my opinion, I'm going to give it to you. And so this day and age, I'm not saying it hasn't been here, but this is something that people have impressed upon me for a very long time that were my superiors. I needed to be able to see it from someone else's perspective, a younger generation's perspective, and be a little bit more empathetic with people instead of being like, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to do it, get on the train or get off the train. Oh, well, are we in the military or is this McDonald's, you know? So maybe they were right, because in the end that ended up getting to me so much where I felt like I needed to leave my location where I got stationed at. I needed to leave the position that I was in. I needed to leave the facility that I worked at. And then I kept asking to be removed, basically. Even though I was doing a very good job, I wasn't happy there. And like I said, I kept getting roadblocks. And then they was like, we're not moving you. And then the people who had the power to move me, they was like, we need you to fix these people. You are the person to do it. It's stressful, but we don't want anyone else. We don't want to employ anyone else. We don't want to remove you and have someone else move in your spot because they're not going to do it as well as you. So then I came to the conclusion. I was like, well, it's me or the military, right? It's me versus me. You want me to do something, but I don't have the heart or the desire to do it anymore. And you're not going to stress me out, because then I feel like I'm going up against the wall. People have their vision for me that are my superiors, but is that any more my vision for myself? So that's when I decided I'm going to retire and I'm going to push on. So that's my retirement story. So now you go through the retirement steps of planning your future, going through your VA disability claim, going through terminal leave, going through house hunting, trying to figure out where you want to live, trying to figure out how much insurance you may need, or what you're going to need to pay for insurance if you want to get a new job, if you want to be a contractor, if you want to stay in a local area, if you want to be a GS employee, or if you just want to relax. I decided I'm going to relax. I don't want no job. And I'm able to be in a space where I don't need a job, right? But it doesn't mean I'm removed from having feelings about, I've dealt with the feeling of, is retiring or getting out the right decision for me? Yes. But then you start having thoughts of, could I have stuck it out a little bit longer? You have thoughts of, what if I would have just shut up and color myself, right? What if I would have listened to the people that had a vision for me? But then I think about, then I would not be true to myself, And when I was going through my retirement process at work and out processing and coming in, and I did SkillBridge, which is where you have the opportunity to work for a company or be an intern and learn new skills, right? So during my SkillBridge time, I had to go back into work to print stuff off because I had to do SkillBridge, and then I was doing some things to get ready to out process the base, right? So I would come in to print stuff off. And then when I would come in, my coworkers would see me, right? And then I've had people tell me, I wish you would have given me more time. I wish you would not have pressed the retirement button. I wish you would have let me get you a strat. Let me do X, Y, and Z for you so we can get you to where you need to be, where you are ready to already perform at. And I'm like, well then, if you felt that way, then you should have told me that's what you wanted me to do instead of trying to leave me in the dark, right? And I realized a lot of people want to put you in the dark and put you on a path that they see you to do for them, right? But they don't care about your path that you have for yourself. And when I kept getting that, I kept getting combated with that, like, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, but that's not what I want to do. That's when I said I'm going to throw my hands up and I'm going to leave. because I'm not going to be torn in different directions. And these are good directions to go into, but I'm following someone else's dream and not my own. So when you finally press the retirement button and people are still combating you with, I wish you would have stayed in. I can't believe you're retiring. You still got juice in the tank. I still look up to you. We need people like you in the military. Blah, blah, blah. You know, like, that's not what someone who decided to retire or separate needs to hear. They need to hear, I'm happy for you. I wish you the best of luck. All the great things that people need to say instead of saying how they really feel. Okay. So anyway, so you deal with that, and then you get a lot of emotions when you are going through this process. Like I said, you're trying to figure out, not trying to figure out, but you get the feelings of, is this the right decision? And there's nothing wrong with starting over, because I'm happy. Okay, I'm happy to be starting over. I'm happy to not go into a work center where I despise people, where I don't want to see people's faces, where there are some great people that I do want to work with and continue to see and continue to speak to, but for the most part, it wasn't enough for me to want to stay there. It really wasn't. And to deal with drama. And it's not like I couldn't pass my PT test. It's not like I didn't look great in uniform. It's not like I wasn't motivated, or that I wasn't compliant with a lot of things. It's just I wasn't happy anymore. And when I decided that my happiness, I was going to choose my happiness over everybody else, that's when I decided I'm going to choose me and just keep it moving. So now I'm on terminal leave, right? And I'm relaxing, and I get to enjoy my quiet time and my me time. You start to get thoughts, you know, and I do know some people who were separating. They probably had like 4 years in the military, or maybe 6. And just like me, oh, I'm ready to get out of here. I'm ready to go back to California or Kansas, be with my family, go to school and everything. People have a plan. People don't really talk about your emotions and your mental when you are going through this. I have a plan too. My plan is to relax and mind my business, right? But you get feelings of like, did I make the right decision? Even though you're making the right decision for yourself, but you still get those little thoughts. So I just want to talk about that. I know it may seem like I'm rambling, but this is real emotions, real feelings. I'm in it. I'm not officially retired yet. Like I said, I'm about less than 2 months out, and you kind of feel like at a standstill because there's not a lot that I can do right now. And when I mean that, like, I did my VA claim process. I'm waiting for my VA rating, but I can't wait. I can't get that rating until I get my DD 214, which will happen on the day that I'm officially released from the military. So in between time, I'm just like going Christmas shopping. I'm working out. I'm putting out YouTube videos. I'm doing me, stuff that I feel like I'm able to focus on more so now that I don't have to focus on everybody else, right? And it's not like I didn't want to, but when you are a hard charger or you're someone that's so dependable, you put everybody else in front of you. It's time for me to do me and put myself first, right? So that's my fitness, my mental, my activities that I really wanted to do that I can put 100% myself in and pour into myself, which is me. I really wanted to do YouTube videos. I really wanted to pour out my information that I do know on people who really want to know the information, not onto people who really don't want to hear anything I have to say at work because they think they know more than me when they don't. Okay, but anyways, I'm just saying, like, if you're getting out, be mindful of the feelings that will come up because no one talks about this. No one talks about, and some people may actually go into a depression or get really, really anxious. Like, I'm just in a space of, I'm having thoughts about, like, could I have stayed a little bit longer? Yeah. But would I have been miserable? Yes. I didn't want to be miserable anymore. I would have made rank. I would have been prosperous, but then I would have been stuck like Chuck, okay? I would have had to serve another 3 years in misery. And that was another reason why I retired, because I said, if I make rank, I'm stuck here for sure. I really am not going to be able to leave. I'm really going to be stuck in this position or in that work center, and I got to deal with the people that I'm dealing with now, and even more in a bigger capacity because I am the leader 100% at that point. And it's just like, y'all are dumb. Y'all don't listen to nobody. Y'all make mistakes every week. Every day I come into work is something else. People just want to joyride and forget they're in the military, that they're American airmen. They want to be American rock stars, but wear the uniform. Go do that somewhere else, okay? But anyways, I just wanted to say that. Just be cognizant of your emotions, whether you're retiring or separating. They will come, and I really believe that they will go. I'm staying focused. I'm getting this stuff out. I'm talking about it instead of letting it stay in. I'm being active. I'm planning for my future. I'm kind of like in this little standstill now, but I'm doing things that I are making notes of what I need to do once I'm 100% retired. I have my DD 214, and then I can apply for certain things and go from there. And I'll keep you abreast of my journey, because I'm trying to figure out, what do I want to do? And it's a lot of things a lot of people don't know. A lot of people that are lieutenant colonels that retire, colonels, E8s, E9s, they don't know what they want to do when they grow up, basically, because they've been in the military for so long. It's easy to do the military. Now you got to plan everything for yourself. You got to decide what you really want to do. And so I'm in that space. It's not like I don't know what I want to do. It's just, when do I want to start doing it? That's really what my dilemma is, because I know I'm going to relax. I'm not working. I'm not doing it. I don't have the mental capacity to work right now. I don't have the mental capacity to supervise anyone, because I'm gonna cuss someone out. Okay, I don't want to do that. I just want to be happy. So, anyways, this is what it's like. This is a day in the life of someone on terminal leave, and this is the feelings. These are emotions that you experience when you get out, whether you're separating or retiring.